Arsenal drew their last 2 games, but they did not score any goal. It was 2 goalless draw. That's another team that is struggling to score goals, because when we see them in the Champions League, they are scoring a lot of goals, which I have been saying that in the Champions League, opposition don't really play low block and they do not play to draw. Most team in the Champions League is looking to pick up maximum points because they have something to lose. They need to make sure that they qualify for the next stage of the Champions League. So teams are forced to go out there and chase maximum points. In the Premier League, teams are playing low block. They are playing conservative football. They don't need to do anything. They are fine with a draw. Most teams are fine with a draw, a goalless draw, a 1-1 draw. They don't need to do anything. It is up to you to come there and beat a team that does not want to lose. So that is something that is beginning to take shape in the Premier League. We need to be aware of that. It's not really the best thing that is happening to the Premier League, because personally I don't like it for the Premier League, but it is what we did. This is where we have found ourselves. Arsenal is another side that is struggling to score goals. Gyökeres is struggling to pick up goals consistently in the Premier League, and we've seen it times and time again. Compared to the Champions League, the opposition are going to come out and attack. You will see Arsenal scored a lot of goals. Like we saw Arsenal against Inter, we saw Arsenal score goals. But unfortunately, in the Premier League, it is different. The opposition is not going to come out. They are going to play a low block. They're going to pack the balls, because why? They are fine with a draw. And once teams are fine with a draw, teams are fine by taking a draw, it's going to be hard to get them to play attacking football. And that is Premier League problem this season. The attackers are struggling to score goals. The style of play, we've seen it, how it's changing. Majority of these teams now, they don't need to do much. They prefer to just, like I said, they prefer to just don't lose. The game plan is don't lose. As long as I don't lose the game, I'm fine. And that is a problem in the Premier League. Every team needs to be chasing 3 points, maximum 3 points. And that's what makes good football. That's what makes entertaining football, when both sides have the same goal. I want to win. I want to win. Let's match up and let's see who is the better side. But Premier League right now, it is, I do not want to lose. I do not want to lose. I don't mind. As long as I don't lose, I'm fine. That is not good for the Premier League. But that's where we find ourselves. So Arsenal going forward against Manchester United, Arsenal need to play a different brand of football. Manchester United is a side that is going to want to play a low block and catch Arsenal on the counter attack. I think Arsenal need to force Man U to hold possession. Change it up. If Arsenal want to win this game, Arsenal need to have a different strategy towards Manchester United. We saw Manchester United do it to Manchester City last week. Michael Carrick coming in with this new brand of 4-4-2 that transition into a 4-2-4 on attack. When they are in defensive side, when they are holding their defensive shape, you will see them in a 4-4-2 possession. And then once they are in a counter attack, they are going to counter and they are going to counter attack, and they are going to go in a transition shape of 4-2-4. So we saw it against Manchester City, or sometimes it's going to even look like 4-2-2-2-2. So it's an interesting one to see how Michael Carrick has come in